Dear students, welcome to UGC's lecture series on botany. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on cotton, its botany, cultivation and economic importance. I will also let you know about ecophysiology of cotton and basic preferable practices for its yield enhancement. First of all, what is cotton? Cotton is a fiber plant. It belongs to genus Gossypium. Cotton is classified under the family Malvaceae. Cotton is a herbaceous shrubby plant growing to a height of 2 to 6 feet. Cotton is soft floppy fiber which is pure cellulose and grows in a ball or protective capsule around the seeds. Now talk of its habit. The wild forms of cotton are perennial, however, cultivated forms are annuals. Cotton is an important fiber. Among the first fiber plants cultivated, cotton stands the most cultivated crop. The cotton is most important fiber as it can be processed to make the finest fabrics for clothing, bed linen and is important raw material for textile industries. The tropics and subtropics have monopoly in the production of plant fibers by providing 96% of the world production in terms of value. Among these plant fibers, cotton alone constitutes 46% of all fibers. If we talk of environmental viewpoint, the cotton is also important in terms of its biodegradability. Now distribution. Cotton is native to tropical and subtropical regions. The greatest diversity of cotton is found in Mexico, Australia and Africa. The majority of species of cotton are found in wild. However, only 4 species of cotton are cultivated which are either diploid or tetraploid. Now we will discuss the origin and history. The word cotton is originated from the Arabic term al-qutan which became in Spanish algodon and cotton in English. Cotton is one of the oldest fibers under human cultivation with traces of cotton 7,000 years old. If we talk of what are the various kinds of cotton, the majority of species of cotton has been found in the wild state. However, only 4 species have been found to be cultivated. These cultivated and wild species are either diploid or tetraploid with haploid chromosome number of 13 and 26 respectively. It is interesting to note that origins of cotton are found in Africa, forms of G. herbaceum. Very early in prehistoric times, G. herbaceum reached South Asia and America, where the hybridization with the indigenous Gossypium species took place. Now, botanical description. The plants are herbaceous, shrubby or tree-like. They form a strong taproot system which develops even at the seedling stage. The shoot system is dimorphic, main axis and lower branches are monopodial and vegetative. That is, no flowers form in the leaf axils. The fruiting branches are sympodial. The flowers are borne singly from the terminal buds of the sympodia of fruiting branches. The flowers come to lie opposite the leaves. Each flower is surrounded by 3 deeply divided bracts. The leaves vary in shape and size. The leaves are stipulate and have long petioles. The lamina is broad, palmately lobed with 3 to 9 lobes. The fibers are single-celled hairs which develop from the outer epidermis cells of the integument. Some of the hairs remain short and form the fuzz, covering the ripe seeds, linters. The most useful ones are the long hairs, lint. The fruits of cotton are called balls. The balls are variable in shape and size. They are more or less egg-shaped and are pointed at the upper end. The fruit is a capsule with 3 to 5 locules, which are commonly known as locks. When the locks separate, the fibrous seeds are exposed. The fruit balls grow very quickly after pollination. After 20 days, they reach their final size and they ripe completely after 25 to 45 days. With most species, the walls of dry ball open in the middle of each carpel and the fiber mass emerges. Each locule bears about 9 seeds and a ball may contain 24 to 45 seeds. The seeds are white, more or less pointed, dark brown structures. When the seeds ripen, the hairs die and their walls collapse so that only a narrow cavity remains inside, which still contains the remainder of the protoplasm. The walls of hairs is composed of layer of cellulose fiber which run spirally. The direction of the spiral bands reverses at certain points and changes from layer to layer. This explains the twisting which is characteristic for dry cotton fiber. Now, breeding concern. Normally, cotton is a self-pollinated crop, but cross-pollination may also take place. More than any other cultivated plant, cotton suffers mostly from disease and pests, hence assumes significance of breeding for resistance. However, male sterile lines are not yet available, hence hybrid seeds have to be produced by hand pollination, which is a costly procedure and hence requires a high degree of technical equipment in the laboratory of breeders. Cultivation. Cotton is especially a tropical crop, but its cultivation is undertaken successfully over many parts of the world, far removed from the tropics. In India, cotton is grown as a kharif crop. Sowing is done during April to May and the major portion of crop is harvested during October to November. It is grown either at sea level or at moderate elevations not exceeding 3000 feet. Cultivation is confined largely to flat open tracts and rough hilly tracts where the minimum temperature does not fall below 70°F. Thus, higher temperatures are very favorable for cultivation of cotton. Cotton is grown either as a dry crop or as an irrigated crop. The crop thrives well in moderate rainfall. Rainfall exceeding 35 inches is harmful to the crop. Good preparation of land is especially important before sowing cotton because the seedlings which germinate apigeally can only penetrate hard and crusted soils with difficulty, and until they are 3 weeks old, they have little ability to compete with weeds. Different cultural methods are adopted in different soils and climatic conditions. The land is usually hoed 2 to 3 times to facilitate conservation of moisture in the soil. The seeds mixed with mud or cow dung or sown broadcast or in rows in the soil. Sowing is carried out by hand in many countries. For mechanical sowing, the fuzz must be removed from the seeds either mechanically or chemically because the seeds otherwise clinch together. The density of sowing varies within wide limits depending on the cultivar, soil fertility, cultivation and harvest method. The row spacing lies between 50 to 120 centimeters. The spacing within rows varies between 20 and 60 centimeters. For mechanical harvesting, the spacing is reduced to 15 to 20 centimeters between the rows and 8 to 10 centimeters within the rows. The seeds are sown no deeper than 5 centimeters. Cotton can be sown on level soil in furrows, that protect it against drift sand, or on ridges. Sowing on ridges is necessary with poorly drained soil. It makes irrigation easier and assists the entry of water into the soil. American cottons are not grown as a mixed crop, while as local cottons can be grown as a mixed crop. Factors that assist high and quality type of yield are: number 1, rotation of crop is beneficial. Number 2, pH of soil should lie between 6 to 8. Number 3, too much nitrogen fertilization encourages vegetative growth and extends the vegetative period. Number 4, sufficient supply of potassium are important for attaining good fiber quality and disease resistance. Number 5, after germination, the plants are thinned to 12-24 inches apart in the row. Number 6, during thinning operation, rogging or the removal of off-type plants is carried on. Now harvesting. The seed cotton is usually picked from open balls. In America, mechanical strippers or pickers are used. For mechanical harvesting, only low-growing, weakly branching cultivars can be considered. A defoliant is applied shortly before harvest to facilitate mechanical stripping. The main sources of impurities are pieces of leaf. By spraying with defoliants, the leaves are therefore made to fall off before harvesting. Cleaning of fibers is necessary for mechanical harvesting, which is carried out in the gin, mostly after the seed removal process. The cotton crop is usually harvested in 3 or 4 pickings taken at suitable intervals. The majority of the world harvest is picked up by hand. It is labor intensive operation. A picker gathers 20 to 80 kgs of seed of cotton a day, but it produces the cleanest cotton and highest yield per surface area. Cotton should be picked when the balls are fully mature, fully open and the floss has puffed up consequent on exposure to sun. Now, what is the preparation of cotton thread? It involves a number of operations which are as: number 1, ginning. The lint hairs are removed from the seed and the fuzz by means of saw-tooth gin or a roller gin. Number 2, baling. The lint hairs got from the ginning process are baled under pressure into bales for transporting to mills. Number 3, picking. In textile mills, a series of beaters and pickers pull up the fiber and free it from foreign particles and delivers the cotton in a uniform layer. Number 4, lapping, 3 layers of cotton are combined into one. Number 5, cording, combing and drying. The short fibers are extracted, others are straightened and evenly distributed. Sixth point is twisting, that is, fibers are twisted into threads. Now, economic importance. Cotton alone or mixed with other fibers is used in the manufacture of various types of textiles and woven goods. It is also used in the manufacture of rubber, plastics, carpeting and cordage. Unspun cotton is commonly used for stuffing purposes. Cotton seed oil is one of the important semi-drying oil. It is used for cooking purposes and in soap making. The seed cake is very useful for cattle or stock feed. It can also be used as a nitrogenous fertilizer and as a dye stuff. The stalks of cotton plant are used in paper making. The linters, fuzz, are used in stuffing pads, pillows, cushions, mattresses. They are also used to yield cellulose and low grade yarn. The yarn is used in manufacture of twine, rope, carpets, etc. The hulls are a good stock feed. They are used as fertilizers, as a source of industrial solvents, explosives and many other things. Cotton root bark is used in folk remedies as an abortifacient, that is to induce a miscarriage. Now, I will also talk of some new facts of cotton, which are as genetically modified cotton was developed to reduce heavy reliance on pesticides. The gene coding for Bt toxin has been inserted into cotton, resulting in the production of natural insecticide in its tissues. Cotton has a gossypol, a toxin that makes it inedible. However, scientists have silenced the gene that produces the toxin, making it a potential food crop. Cotton is a natural resource that is fully renewable. Cotton is strong and durable natural fiber. Organic cotton is produced from plants which are not genetically modified and are grown without the use of any synthetic agriculture chemicals such as fertilizers or pesticides. Its production also promotes and enhances biodiversity and biological cycles. Now, production. The largest producers of cotton are China and India, with annual production of about 34 million bales and 24 million bales respectively. Most of this production is consumed by their respective textile industries. The largest exporters of raw cotton are the United States and Africa. Dear students, I will conclude my lecture with this note that cotton is a kharif crop with tremendous economic importance. Hence, proper cultivation and timely harvesting will provide us the high yield and quality type of cotton. And it is also very important to note that to get free disease cotton, breeding becomes the need of hour.